Fortnite might have just leaked the next season of Fortnite, and absolutely almost nobody has realized this. There's been so much evidence coming out of what the next season theme can be, and although it is not confirmed, I do have a pretty good idea of where this storyline's going. I have a good amount of evidence to go through, so sit back, relax, and let's just dive right into it. And you're probably wondering, at the start here, what is going to be next season's theme, and it's going to be crazy. You're not going to expect to hear this, but next season's theme is possibly Star Wars themed. Now, me as a huge Star Wars fan, I have been waiting to say this for a very long time, and trust me, I've been really thinking about making this video, and I was like, you know what? We have enough evidence to go in with this video, you know, put forward my evidence I have for this season and hope for the best. Before we get into it though, let me know what would you think of a Star Wars season. Would you like to see a Star Wars season, yes or no? And tell me why in the comments below. All right, so like I said, there is a ton of evidence to back up this claim. I mean, we've just been gathering evidence. This has been an idea for like over a year now that there'd be a Star Wars season. This has been an idea for years upon years, but just recently in the past year, it's became more of a possibility. Now I'm going to be going through stuff on Twitter that I have found that can back up my claim that next season is Star Wars themed. Seriously, I do think next season's Star Wars. If it's not, you can clown me, but I'm pretty sure it is. So first off, just going back to November of 2024, Hypex put out a tweet that said, "Scrapped Star Wars universe appears in the Fortnite Chapter 4 end event concept art." That's crazy. Like, those galaxies always meant something, you know, like I think there's a rocket racing one, right? There's a Lego one. There was, you know, a Fortnite Festival one. There was the main Battle Royale one. All of them meant something. And then there was a Fortnitemares one, I believe, too. So now seeing that there was a Star Wars one is just crazy, because clearly this had a big meaning to it. There wasn't even a Marvel one, and we know Marvel got a Fortnite season already. That just makes me think that clearly Fortnite has something huge planned for Star Wars. Obviously, Star Wars is just like Marvel, where they have their own series, because there's a lot of characters, right? We have a lot of Fortnite Star Wars skins in the game, and we have a lot of Fortnite Marvel skins in the game. These are like the only two, DC as well, but the only two main ones that have their own series. And Marvel's already gotten a season. They've already gotten 2 seasons. So it's kind of fitting to see Star Wars, which is also owned by Disney, get their own season. I mean, it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense that you go from one section of the company that owns a good amount of Epic Games now, go from that to the other part, with both having a huge fan base. Yes, you could argue Marvel has a bigger fan base than Star Wars, but Star Wars, I mean, by all means, it has a huge fan base. So that, I mean, that's that, you know. Hypex put out a tweet saying, hey, this was scrapped. I don't know if it means anything, but fast forward to just a couple of days ago, and I was just scrolling through Twitter, mind my own business, not expecting anything, and I come across a China tweet that says Fortnite players have pointed out that the new storyline chests look almost identical to Imperial crates in Star Wars. And take a good look at that comparison there. I mean, it is quite literally the same thing. I mean, it's just, you can see there's a little curves that aren't there, but besides from that, I mean, that is literally the Star Wars Imperial crate. I mean, wow. That's crazy, and that's a storyline quest. That is a storyline quest right there, which means, you know, some people might say, well, maybe this is a Star Wars mini event again, right? Maybe it's gonna be a mini event, nothing crazy, just a couple more skins, a little season pass or whatever, you know, mini event pass, and that'll be it. Yeah, that could happen, but that's never happened where it's been connected to the story like this. Like, this is literally an Imperial crate being connected to the story. And I actually have another piece of evidence to back up this, it being connected to the story. I could not find the screenshot, but I was looking through Twitter, and apparently a NPC on the map, I'm not sure which one, has a line. It's like they need to find like a fragment or something from somewhere far, far away. And if you know Star Wars, you know that the opening scene it just says in a galaxy far, far away. That's literally spawned on that. So now we got Imperial crates, and we got a dialogue line that's talking about the story, saying they need to find something that's far, far away. I mean, that is 2 storyline parts this season that have to do with Star Wars. I mean, I don't think I'm going crazy. I think this clearly referencing Star Wars and how next season's going to be heavily based around Star Wars. So that's with the storyline, but now I'm going even further back from that Hypex tweet. We got from Fire Monkey, a brand new Star Wars X Fortnite in the works, a TIE Fighter pilot. As you can see right here, this was not in, it isn't in Fortnite yet. It isn't in Fortnite yet, September 19th. And it's like, well, that's pretty early back. You gotta remember, Fortnite plans these seasons out heavily in advance. heavily in advance, almost a year in advance. They'll start working on the next season. I think it's like every two, they work like 1 or 2 seasons ahead, something like that. So this is kind of around the perfect time for them to be starting working on this. I mean, it's kind of perfect timing. And now transitioning to present day, just since the season update, the season 2 update, the TIE Fighter glider has been broken with the open and closing animations. It was modified apparently, and then it was accidentally deleted. I mean, come on. Come on, they're making it too obvious at this point, right? They're making it too obvious. So they modified the TIE Fighter glider, assuming that they're just getting something to make like an actual TIE Fighter. Like imagine that, right? Imagine during a game, like a boss spawns come from a TIE Fighter. Imagine you're fighting Vader, he comes from his TIE Fighter, right? Like that would be so sick. Or, you know, something like that, something crazy like that could happen. And clearly they're modifying it, so they have something with the animation that they need. So that's just another thing. I mean, this is kind of convenient timing, isn't it? Now, besides in-game stuff, what other evidence do I have? Now, trust me, I have prepared for this video for years. I have been ready to gather all of this evidence possible to prepare you guys the best video possible and the best reasoning for the Star Wars season. And I really got all the evidence. So another thing is this season, it starts or ends, I forget, but on May 2nd. I think season 3 comes out on May 2nd, or maybe season 2 ends on May 2nd. I'm not entirely sure. It's one of those two, May 2nd. You might just think that's a random date. 2 days after May 2nd is May 4th. And again, you might just think that's a random date. May 4th is Star Wars Day. Last year, Fortnite started a Star Wars event a couple days before May 4th. They started a Star Wars mini event where we got Chewbacca and Lando and the new Luke Skywalker and stuff like that. We got all those a couple days before Star Wars Day, which is May 4th. And now we're getting a season a couple days before Star Wars Day this year. I mean, the timing of this is crazy. I mean, think about it. For the past couple of years, the seasons have been lined up so perfectly, right? We get the new chapter in December, and then we get a new season in March, and we get a new season late May, early June, and then, you know, we go to like August, September, just like that. That's the seasons. But Fortnite has specifically ended last season early. They ended it in February, and now they're going to be ending this season about a month earlier than usual, right? They cut down their schedule a month to go to May 2nd. But why May 2nd? I mean, this sounds pretty odd, right? Of a coincidence that it's speculated the season's going to be Star Wars themed, and for the first time ever, it's an early May Fortnite season. For the first time since season 9 of chapter 1, I should say. That was on May 9th. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. On top of that, Star Wars Celebration, which is the annual Star Wars event where they talk all things Star Wars, all things coming to Star Wars, including video game stuff. That happens on April 19th, which is conveniently like 2 weeks before the Fortnite season, conveniently placed by around the time where they, you know, start dropping teasers and stuff like that and trailers. So, and they've brought up the fact, Star Wars Celebration did say that there'd be video game news at this event. I'm thinking a Fortnite trailer, just like we've got with the Marvel stuff, right? At the, whatever that thing was, the Disney D23, I think it was, that we got the Marvel trailer. I'm thinking that's gonna happen with Fortnite this time. I mean, I seriously do. It's perfectly aligned. I find that to be what's going to happen. I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this evidence that I presented today? I personally, I'm a believer. I am a believer that next season is going to be Star Wars themed. I am going to cope with that and we're going to hope for the best. So I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.